Hello and a very happy World Aquarium Day to all the fish keepers across the world. Now this day was orchestrated by one of my favourite aquarists, a gentleman named Oliver Knott. He planned this so that we could really enjoy and celebrate this wonderful hobby. Now to better appreciate this special day, we're going to dive into a little snippet of history as to why people keep fish. Number 1. To eat them. Yep. People have been keeping fish for food for over 8,000 years. Primarily driven by the need to feed growing populations, these ancient civilizations created isolated pools or large containers to keep fish in. Now, keeping fish for food is called aquaculture, and what originally stemmed as a survival tool has now become a monstrous industry, with the cultivated seafood now overtaking the sales of wild caught fish. Number 2. To look at them. They are just so beautiful. Thankfully, not everybody wanted to eat them. Some civilizations revered and even worshipped fish, which is why so much fish iconography was found in early Egyptian and Chinese dynasties, and explains why they were the first to popularize keeping ornamental ponds in their grand gardens. Slowly, the trend moved into Europe. Firstly with the Romans, and then by the Middle Ages, keeping fish in ponds was becoming quite a trend amongst elite circles. By the 1600s, people were bringing fish into their homes with ceramic bowls and kept aquatic creatures in glass vases. Some 200 years later, there was a huge game changer. The first aquarium was made. No longer did people have to look from above. Now, they could witness a full view of their slice of nature. And what was a luxury to the elite is now accessible for all, with a whopping 1 in 8 households in the UK keeping either an aquarium or a pond. Number 3. To learn about them. Fish are absolutely fascinating. Think about it. They breathe underwater. They live in a completely different world to us. But this is why keeping them domestically is a lot more challenging than any other animal. Studying them is called ichthyology, and the use of these glass boxes allowed these scientists to observe aquatic life forms in very close proximity without getting wet. This enabled them to understand the generic and specific needs of a fish. When people first began keeping fish domestically, there were some colossal losses. Nowadays, we have all the information at our fingertips, so there's absolutely no excuses for avoidable fish deaths. You can also follow our next video where we discuss the needs of fish and how to cater for them. Number 4. For therapy. Now, aquariums have long been promoted as a way to relax, and now there are clinical studies to support these claims. It's found that it lowers blood pressure, it pacifies emotional peaks, it improves cognitive function, and as a result have become invaluable resources in care homes and schools and waiting rooms. Number 5. Conservation. It's estimated that a third of freshwater fish face extinction. They're disappearing fast. I follow a few fish explorers, and they've been revisiting creeks and streams across the world that were once teeming with life, and they're not able to find a single living fish. There have been some successful captive breeding programs in the past that have helped to replenish wild populations. However, there are some fish now that only exist in the hobby and no longer are found in the wild. Even though we are discovering new fish every day, the rate of loss and habitat destruction means that there are some species that we will never get to know about. Although really sad, I hope this highlights just how important this hobby is. It's no longer like a status symbol, it's a contribution to better understanding aquatic life and working together to try and preserve some of these magnificent creatures. Well, I hope that this offers a fair overview of why fish keeping is just so cool. If you'd like to keep fish, please keep an eye out for our next video, which explains what a fish's needs are and how to cater for them. For now, I want to thank Oliver Knott and the millions of aquarists across the world for sharing this passion and contributing to this awesome hobby. I hope you all have a great World Aquarium Day.